evening, Dandadan fans. The last chapter reaction of this volume for Dandadan tonight.
Yes, sir.
Right here, right now. Bertolt, right here, right now.
On a Monday. MonDandadadan.
MonDandadays. MonDandadays.
We are here, man. I feel like it's been a minute. I don't know why it feels like it's been 2 weeks.
I think, yeah. I think it's because we went live last Monday, so it's like it's been a full week, not like a little partial because we, I don't know, went live on a Tuesday or a Wednesday or something.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we are here, man. We're eating over here. For all the people who don't know, you're probably not watching this right now, but if you never seen this before, if you rock with some of our other content, you never picked up Dandadan, pick it up.
Absolutely. Sincerely recommend it.
Mm-hmm. Also, the trailer, second trailer dropped the other day, so get some more hype in for that season 2. Aesthetically, I'm loving that purple with the evil eye. That's going to be pretty dope. Yeah, can't wait for that.
What other colors do we think are going to be given to the other crewmates? Do we think, let's just say Koki has a purple aesthetic or a pink aesthetic? I know those are technically taken, but do you think she'll have like a underwater blue, like a teal or an aqua because of her underwater?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like, so we got Vomola. For Vomola, I'm thinking like greenish, like a neon.
I like that. Something green. Like original kaiju.
Yeah.
Original
and then with the
Godzilla.
whole Sumerian, earthly, something like that. I'm getting that vibe. Or even foresty green too. Could be that.
Zuma, I want electric blue or just plain electric gold yellow.
I want gold yellow. Yeah.
Okay. I like both.
Yellow.
Electric blue would be really cool. I don't know, look kind of funny because I think he has like red hair with like yellow or blonde streaks in his delinquent form. But yeah, regular gold yellow I think would work perfectly for Zuma.
I like that too. If Studio Sorrow keeps going with that, which it seems like they are, especially with the evil eye with the purple, that's a good identity marker right there for Dandadan. Like, oh, that's a series that has all these characters with these specific colors, like in the atmosphere, and that's pretty cool. You always got to have something that people can be like, oh, Studio Sorrow. That's what they do over there. The colors.
I mean, the colors for Scott Pilgrim, which is another show that we reacted to on the channel, they were vibrant. And, keep it up with Dandadan. It's getting, I don't want to say into a groove because we're still a little bit early on, but they're starting to pick up a pattern, I would say.
Man, so last chapter, we pretty much completely ended that fight against, obviously, Ayase and the moon chick, Jetto. So yeah, we got our victories over here. Koki, obviously, and Ira in them. Now we're going back to the other gang, which something interesting happened towards the end of the chapter, I believe, where Vomola, she couldn't see or hear Momo. She couldn't interact with her. She didn't. It's like she wasn't even there. But Gigi's like, yo, it's good, Vomola. What's going on? Why you can't see her? Why you can't...
What did he call it? Vamchan?
Vamchan, yeah.
Yeah, we had an extensive discussion based off of just those 2 pages of last chapter, so highly recommend you check out our live stream for chapter 191 last week, because there was a lot of discussion of the path forward that we go in. Is it a Gigi and Momo relationship? Is it a Okarun and Momo relationship? Is it a Seiko and Momo relationship? Is it a Turbo Granny and Momo relationship? Really, there's a lot of different ways that Tatsu can go.
Absolutely. And he's going down one of those paths for sure. Like,
has to.
It's going to get down to that. Man, this is I really like, once again, it feels like we're getting to the turning point of the series, like a real deal turning point where I guess we start becoming like understanding the series a lot more in certain areas, in certain character motivations. Turbo Granny, I'd assume that's relatively soon. We'll see. You got the big old chapter 200 coming in about 2 months. There's no break, so definitely looking forward to that. But I don't know how this is going to go. Do you think that we're going to, I guess, revert Momo back to her original self really soon, or you think it's going to take a while since this is like a new development of some sort?
The first saga, which was the Golden Ball Retrieval saga, was like 150-ish chapters. Now, I don't think that this saga has been officially named yet. Could be wrong with that. Please let us know in the comment section or the comments live stream. But potentially this could be the Momo Curse saga, to where this is an ongoing problem. I have not seen Momo in a defeated state. What does she look like at her lowest? She's always been upbeat. She's been very positive. She has been really, even though Ira jokes about it, she has been the leader of this group. And she leads by example. She leads from the front, and that's what you want from a leader. Now, if the leader assumedly dies because no one can see her, no one can ever talk to her, but her powers are still normal size, so is she gonna be able to like slap people across the head or like turn their face when they're looking in the wrong direction? So this might be the one deciding factor that will allow us to defeat Sanjome. This could be the ace up our sleeve. Because if someone can manipulate memories, what you need a guiding angel on your shoulder. So Momo, like I said, can literally turn them in a different direction. If Sanjome gets like a mirror ability power to where like left is right, up is down, like Shinji from Bleach. I think Momo is truly the savior of this story, but I don't know how much pain or how much personal suffering she has to go through in order to get us there.
When you said mirror power, what if he tries to go and get Reiko?
Shut up.
Yeah, you said it.
I didn't say that. I purposely didn't say that.
Mean, you said one thing, mirror.
I was trying not to say it because the most powerful yokai spirit.
He would have motivation to go get her, especially since she literally obliterated his army essentially. So,
what do you think that her? What do you think the deciding factor would be for her to admit defeat?
Since she has a motivation, I feel like it might be intertwined with her whole looking for love, searching for love thing. She might get tricked into that versus manipulated into it versus like actually willingly yielding. Because I feel like with the yielding thing, I feel like it's kind of a slippery slope, or it will be. I feel like I'm not sure if it's based off of the person's instincts and what they truly believe in, or do they have to just say it? And since the words have meaning, that
I think you just have to say it, because what happened with Okarun in the hallway, there was no negative consequence for him saying it, but that was because we assume he didn't have any powers. And the fact that Adachi literally did not yield to the card demon weird guy under the bridge, I feel like literally just saying it out loud, whether you mean it or not, is the deciding factor, in my opinion.
Okay. And Reiko, I can see that happening some way. And it'll be funny if she, not funny that she runs into him.
We want to do the bingo card of character interactions we want to see. That'd be free space. I'll give you that one.
Man. Oh boy. Well, you ready to hop into this chapter?
My internet, fingers crossed, is okay, but I think just to be safe, we should probably have you go first tonight.
All right. Okay.
Sayonara.
Sayonara. All right, you guys know the drill, man. For all these streams, all the way to the end of this chapter, end of this manga and getting into other series, we will be doing a thing where we like to alternate. So I'm obviously reacting to the chapter first. Twitchy, he's away. Once I'm finished, I'll get him in here so he can react to the chapter as well. It's just a fun way and a nice way for you guys to get authentic reactions from both of us, rather than like one of us following along off camera and you can't see their face, you can't hear their voice or whatever. So we like to do, one reacting to the chapter solo and then the other one solo instead of one following along, because that's no fun, is it? All right, so chapter 192, departing for Shimane. I could end up like the pygmies with no one able to see me anymore. Vamo-chan, can you see Momo? Momo? What exactly was that again? Oh shit, yeah. Oh no, That's strange. I wonder, does that have any kind of link with a yokai? Like with the whole thing of yokai? The void specifically? I wonder. I'm assuming so. It's dealing with the same things, But Mola, look over here. Over here. It's me, Momo. Miseko, this is bad. Momo's curse is getting worse. Huh? Well, oh no, Granny too? This better be like a little gag or something. Not grandma grandma now too. Miss Seiko, Momo, remember Momo? Right now we're leaving for Shimane to help return Momo to her normal size, remember? Hey, somebody give me a hand here. Zuma's vision is almost completely gone. Ah, damn. So all of them at the same time. Oh no, I hope the old man don't age. He's gonna age right there, right now, probably, huh? And Daiki can't walk anymore either. Oh yeah, he can't even walk no more. Yep. I don't have any free hands. Vomola, hold his hand, please. Okay. Come this way. Sorry about this. Momo, come to me. We'll travel together. My spiritual power is strong, so maybe I can sense you better than the others. It'll be okay. I swear I won't forget about you. I'll watch you nonstop. Okay. Hang in there, Daiki. You just need to be patient a little longer. Damn, that's sad looking at him. Just all old and poor kid, man. Rhea, why are you helping me? The first time we met, you tried to beat me with a stick. Well, at the time, I thought it was your fault that Zuma was in trouble. So you were going to beat me for Zuma's sake. Sorry, man. Don't hold it against me. Why would you go that far just for Zuma? Why? Zuma helped you too, I was bullied a long time back. Man, he was getting tortured by lots of people, man. Even people that look like adults, Zuma was the one who came to my rescue. He was pissed off back then, but he was kind to his friends and he never left anyone behind. The people who gathered around Zuma were all people who had problems like at school or home or school or in school. Hey, what the hell are you doing? Rhea, keep an eye on this dummy. Make sure she doesn't take any of that shit. It's none of your freaking business. Leave it. That shit'll kill you, Who cares? What's the point of being alive? I can't do things that are normal for everyone else. They'd ask, why can't you even do that much? But how would I know the answer to that? My parents just gave up on me. They saw me as an embarrassment. I couldn't keep up with my classmates. It's no fun at all. Damn, these kids. On one hand, the adults are really good in this series, but on the other hand, these parents, specifically parents themselves, are horrible. Yeah, look at his face when he reacted to her when she said that. Sorry, but there's nothing I can do for you. I got no idea how to help you. But as long as you're here, it'll be fun for us. The way you join right in and make everyone laugh. I can't do that. Whenever you get sad, just come here. Only don't use that shit anymore. The whole world moves too fast. We want to keep up, but we can't. We try our best though. We just want it to be forgiven. This chapter is pretty damn heavy. She was over here taking, what was she taking? It says vitamins. So she was she was about to OD on vitamins, it looked like. Obviously it's probably something else, but it does say vitamins on the thing. That's fucking crazy though. We wanted someone to tell us you're okay. Zuma saved us all. I like that we're getting this now, by the way, with Zuma. I'm the type of person, I don't really like, I'm not the biggest fan of like getting thrown, like exploring the character like almost entirely when they first come in. Like when we first meet them, they're to focus on our arc. Like I like when we can get some more stuff from characters throughout the series because it's fresh. It's always cool to learn new things about people. You know, it's like in real life when you meet new people, you don't just learn everything about them. You learn a little bit about them, and then over time, as you know, time goes on, you learn more about them, and it's pretty fun because you can talk and learn many things of people, and they can do the same to you for a long time. You know, but we want someone to tell us you're okay. Zuma saved all of us, saved us all. We need him, so we do anything for him. I love that. On the road near Maibashi Station, a vehicle was attacked that was transporting men currently detained and standing trial. I like the art in this panel right here. Everybody look real. For murder, kidnapping, and other crimes. Some of the men escaped. Their names are. Oh my God! Wow. Okay. Juichi Kito, Juhiko Kito, and Jumanio Kito. Mom, there they are over there, huh? My. Been wanting to see that boy Gigi. I don't see the other one though. Momo Ayase, I mean. The scent from Momo Ayase's jacket left us here. She's definitely nearby. Well then, I'm looking forward to this. Time for a little air travel. Are we about to have a fucking arc in the fucking plane, man? Man, this is about to be wild as shit. This, like, the art is gonna be wild. I'm just already thinking about how that's gonna go. God damn. You know what, too? Hold on, let me see. No, the chapter was called Shimane. I thought it was gonna say, I don't know. But the damn Subterraneans are here. They are back. We've been talking about them too. Like every other stream, we always mention them. And here they are, man. Here they are. Oh, boy. All right. Well, this was a really great chapter, by the way, for Zuma's crew and everybody and how much he meant to them. Just to throw in that too, because it's not just about Momo getting her back to normal. It's not about the old man either, like, but obviously with him and Zuma, that's all intertwined with each other. Damn, that's sad though. But I like that we got that from Tatsu, showing that they're as much as important to get their shit done as Momo is at the same time. All right, let me get Twitchy back in here. Yeah, this is a nice chapter. I like this one a lot. So we're starting our brand new arc right here, man. This is about to be wild as hell. It's just gonna be wild. We know it's gonna be wild. I really like this chapter though a lot. Once again, guys, like the stream, subscribe to your boys if you are new, man. Road to 1K, and let us know down below. Did you rock with this chapter? You got any predictions or theories for the next chapters or the next arcs? Let me know. Let us know. But man, that was some shit, man. Things are we're entering some other stuff, new territory of stuff. Good, man. All right, this is a pretty good chapter. I like this one. Personally, I like this one.
I heard this one. I didn't hear anything else.
Oh, I said this one. I said I like this chapter. I like this one.
Okay.
This
Nice.
Personally, I like it.
Music still going for you on your end?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Sometimes it glitches out when you can't hear it, but it still plays.
Okay.
No. You're good. You're good. I'm not saying that it's glitching out.
Again, I don't know. It's like a weird thing. I can't read without the background music now. It just doesn't feel right.
Uh-oh.
Not that I like physically can't. I just mentally can't.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
All right, chapter 192, Departing for Shimane. I could end up like the pygmies, with no one being able to see me anymore. Famo-chan, can you see Momo? Momo? Oh, we talked about this first page in terms of not only is Momo not able to be seen, Momo is being forgotten about. And I love the emotion on Momo's face looking up at Vomola. Vomola, look over here. Over here. It's me, Momo. Momo. Miss Seiko, this is bad. Momo's curse is getting worse. Huh? Well, not Grandma now, too. Miss Seiko, Momo, remember? Momo. I have not turned the page yet. Would that seem to imply that their relationship is not that close? I mean, they fight, obviously, but that hug that Dodoria had of Momo before they went to defeat Turbo Granny in like episode 3, that seemed genuine, like genuine love. Oh my god, she's struggling to remember. Right now, we're leaving for Shimane to help return Momo to her normal size, remember? Hey, somebody give me a hand here. Zuma's vision is almost completely gone. Bruh. And Daiki can't walk anymore either. I don't have any free hands. Vomola, hold his hand, please. Okay, come this way. Sorry about this. Momo, come to me. We'll travel together. My spiritual power is strong, so maybe I can sense you better than the others. It's a good thought, but that's not the reason. That's not the reason that we both think. It'll be okay. I swear I won't forget about you. I'll watch you non-stop. Okay. Tears in her eyes. Hang in there, Daiki. You just need to be patient a little longer. Raya, why are you helping me? The first time we met, you tried to beat me with a stick. Well, at the time, I thought it was your fault that Zuma was in trouble. So you were going to beat me for Zuma's sake? Sorry, man, don't hold it against me. Why would you go that far just for Zuma? Why? Zuma helped you too, you know. I was bullied a long time back. Zuma was the one who came to my rescue. They are just beating this boy up underneath the bridge. Also, aura farming. That stupid dog. And what's with those eyes? It just threw me for a loop just seeing like a cross-eyed dog on this page when it's so serious with Zuma. He was super pissed off back then, but he was kind to his friends and he never left anyone behind. The people who gathered around Zuma were all people who had problems, like at home or in school. Vitamin pills? Malnutritioned homeless people. Hey, what the hell are you doing? Rhea, keep an eye on this dummy. Make sure she doesn't take any of that shit. It's none of your freaking business. Leave it. That shit'll kill you, you know. Who cares? What's the point of being alive? And she was the girl who was so adamant on getting Zuma back. I think she went in there second. So even before Momo, I think she got, unfortunately, knocked into the Danmanra board game. So those were not vitamins, they were vitamins. I can't do things that are normal for everyone else. And you just see the back of Zuma's head thinking about his whole life. So if someone else is saying that, not to compare tragedies, that's not fair, of course, but if, again, they knew Zuma's story, that a lot of people would suck up their own problems very quickly. I'll continue. They'd ask, why can't you even do that much? But how would I know the answer to that? My parents just gave up on me. They saw me as an embarrassment. I couldn't keep up with my classmates. It's no fun at all. Sorry, but there's nothing I can do for you. I got no idea how to help you. But as long as you're here, it'll be fun for us. The way you join right in and make everyone laugh. I can't do that. Whenever you get sad, just come here. Only, don't use that shit anymore. The whole world moves too fast. We want to keep up, but we can't. We try our best, though. Alright, I'm trying to see if there's any sort of symbolism on the back of... Well, there is a pitchfork and something that looks like it has a devil's tail. Another thing kind of looks... can't quite tell what that image is. We just wanted to be forgiven. We wanted someone to tell us, you're okay. Zuma saved us all. We need him. So we do anything for him. Okay, the death flags for Zuma are off the charts. Looking like a UN conference over here. On a road near Mayabeshi Station, a vehicle was attacked that was transporting men currently detained and standing trial for murder, kidnapping, and other crimes. Some of the men escaped. Their names are the Sanjome Pawns. No, just kidding. Juichi Kito, Juhiko Kito, and Jamaniel Kito. Oh, is it Subterraneans? I think so. Oh, I'm gonna have to go back. Or Vontae can confirm because his memory is typically better. Mom, there they are. Over there. Huh? My. Been wanting to see that boy Gigi. Oh, it's the Subterraneans. They're talking to their mom. I don't see the other one, though. Momo Ayase, I mean. Oh my god. The scent from Momo Ayase's jacket led us here. She's definitely nearby. Well then, I'm looking forward to this. Time for a little air travel. Are we finally going to get a mid-air fight on a plane? Yep. Motherfucking flight on a motherfucking plane.
This is going to be immaculate, though. I was saying
setup, the setup,
man.
Flying Momo with her actual full-size hands, like swinging like Spider-Man underneath the... Whoa. And the cool thing is, just to bring in physics for a second, her surface area is so small now that she's a smaller size that she's not going to have as much of a problem cutting through it as something with a larger surface area. She'll be more blown back by it. But to go forward, she'll be able to do that just fine. I need some mid-air combat.
We're definitely getting a UFO that's going to intercept or, join and interfere. Especially
Subterraneans are back.
Is it going to be storming?
Ooh.
Look at the sky. It's dark. If it's storming, that's going to be even crazier. What the hell?
I always love the way that Tatsu draws skylines anyway.
And then people go, well, what the hell? What's going on? Oh, it's a storm. Actually, no, that's some weird supernatural shit going on. But when I seen them damn Kito brothers, I was like, oh, God, they're back. We've been talking about the Subterraneans every other stream, and I was like, oh, there they go. There we go. I really enjoyed this chapter.
The character moments from Zuma and the crew, they are not just a ragtag group of people. They are friends. They follow Zuma like their lives depend on it because he is the light in their life. Which, ironic given the fact that he's literally losing his sight at the moment. And does that seem to imply the curse, I don't want to say has a cutoff point, but do you get what I mean? It's like reaching the end of... Like, is there a point of no return? Is Zuma ever going to be able to regain any of his eyesight back?
Honestly, I think they will all be fixed since they're all having these problems at the same time and it's gradually happening at the same rate. But Yeah, if it gets to the end, I don't think it'll be reversible.
Well, that means R.I.P. Daiki can't even walk
If
anymore.
if we can't save him in time, because he's more or less he will. Well, yeah, he'll be literally dead compared to every no. They wouldn't even. Well, Momo, we don't even know what Momo. She would just be dead to people, or they won't even remember her wishes. Now that I think about it, when you really think about it with those three characters, there's actually a good chance that that might actually happen. Like, it might actually get to the end for all of them, because with Zuma, I mean, I can see him becoming blind. Momo, I can see her being forgotten, and then somehow they do something like what we have been saying and theorizing with her power. And then Daiki, that's a sad death right there. Tatsu could go down that route. It can go either way.
Do you have a preference either way?
I personally would want them all to be good, but since they're all going through the same, like going through these things at the same time, I mean, I can see it happening probably. Yeah, low key.
I would say I don't want it to happen. I do think it is likely to happen, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Now, the reason why is because narratively it just opens up more doors. If Momo is now that size and out of sight, out of mind forever moving forward. What did you make of the fact that Gigi remembered / saw Momo, but Dodoria did not?
I think what Gigi said is probably what's going on. He was saying how like his
spiritual energy.
Yeah, I think especially with her calling him a prodigy, and we've seen his growth, he might just have that much where he's able to, you know, still connect with her. And Seiko, she comes off as not overpowered. She just knows her stuff. She's tactical.
She's knowledgeable. She's not powerful.
Yeah, she's not a prodigy or so. And then the stuff with the damn drugs. Like, this chapter is really good, man. Really good chapter.
I loved how it filled in a lot of the blanks that we were, speculating about in terms of the Zuma crew. Because this Raya, what a goat. He is so, again, dedicated to his savior that he is willing to put his own life on the line. Anything for the sake of his friend.
That makes me think that he probably will end up being blind. You know, like, you're my eyes, you're my support, all you guys are my support now. That kind of, you know.
The network that he's built up over the years is what allows him to live his life moving forward. Yep. And imagine Zuma remembers that conversation that Raya just remembered this chapter, in terms of the conversation of, what do I have left to live? Is life even worth living at this point? I'm blind. I can't see anything. And what would be somewhat of a cool, I say that, like, chat don't clip that, about Zuma going blind, is that potentially maybe that puts him more in touch with his spiritual abilities. He might be able to see his younger brother in the spiritual realm or the spiritual plane.
He could be his eyes.
Well, he was always holding his older brother's hand. He could lead him. Yeah. So imagine Zuma's like walking around and he can't actually see, but his younger brother, his yokai inner presence, is allowing him to. Yeah,
just use it like a walking stick. You know, with blind people. He already has an accessory that's kind of like that he can use for that. You know.
I love that connection, Vontae. That was great. I don't like it because of the implications, but
you know the irony too. Like, I'm just going to page 12, and you know Zuma, like, in that shot, like, technically there's a light, but at that time he didn't really have a light in his eye, and now literally he's not going to see any light from his eye. Just the irony there is interesting with his character.
Do you think the girl had like ADHD or ADD?
Probably.
She was getting scolded in school.
Yeah.
Why can't you do even that much?
Like, how would I know the answer to that? That, yeah, you know what? That sounds. Yeah. Whether it's
maybe
ADD
she might be on the autism spectrum.
Because that response, or in her head, that response is like, that sounds like something someone like that would think. Exactly. It's like, how the hell am I like, what do you mean? I guess I'm just naturally different.
That's so sad because my mom, she works with special needs children in our local school district. Like, that's her job. She's a parapro or paraprofessional. And these kids have such like stacked against the deck lives. So it's not just the fact that you have autism that it's stacked against the environment, but their parents aren't always accepting. As showcased in this chapter specifically. If there was, indeed something medically wrong with her, then her parents were not in her corner. And then that got me thinking about how Zuma's mom just gave up. Like, she couldn't take it anymore. So it's also like the breaking point of children as it relates to their parents. Like, what is that dynamic look like? And then in the same chapter, I start thinking about Seiko and Momo. Like, she's the parental figure. She's been very accepting of who Momo is a person.
That vitamin thing, yeah, she definitely was probably doing that to try to get herself to be more assertive and alert. Probably on some kind of like Adderall type of, something like that. That's what I was thinking. Even like with her eyes are always like wide open too, to just show that, energy. Damn, that's sad. The adults are really good in this series, unless you're not. If you're not a parent, you're good. If you're a parent, you're horrible. The parents in the series are dog shit, but just the adults without children, they're good.
That's funny.
My goodness. But fucking air arc, god damn it, this.
Isn't it ironic the Subterraneans are going to be in the air?
In the air, yeah. At least
I'm back, so excited about the future of this series on this one chapter. It was kind of like a setup chapter, but again, the character moments brought it home. I didn't get a single spoiler on this chapter from Twitter today. Granted, it was my first day back at work, but also, I think a lot of people are kind of underestimating this or overlooking this particular chapter. I don't think, hype shit Nora. Why are we here? Hype shit Nora.
And I said this before. I forget it might have been from this series. If not, it was some other series. But just in general, I like when you can still explore characters. Like with Zuma. I don't like when you're introduced to a character, it's their art, you learn everything about them, and then we just move on. Now there's a part of the crew, but they're just there presently. I like that you can still go back to experiences in their past. I don't like when we're like forced to explore a character all in one arc. Like, no, let's keep on building upon that. It's like in real life, when you meet somebody, a new friend or whatever, you always learn more and more about them as time goes on. Even for years later, you'll learn something new that you never knew. You don't just learn everything about a person, and then that's just that. That's not how that works. So I like that Tatsu takes the time to go back, flashbacks to characters like this from Zuma's side, and it makes me just want to see them on screen, on panel even more now for stuff like this. Because now you can tell that Tatsu cares about his side characters. He's not just going to have them in that one arc and always be in the background. Now Zuma's a part of the gang. His friends are just kind of there. Like, no, they're actually here. Have a lot of dialogue, and it's meaningful. It's not wasted.
He even cares about the tertiary characters like Raya. Yep. We didn't need that this chapter per se. I mean, this could have been just a one panel type of conversation. Why are you doing this? I'm doing it for Big Brother Zuma.
Right.
And then just end it there.
That carries it. You see, yeah, a lot of mangaka, they just have it where a character like that would just say that one line, and then Zuma's like that part. Zuma specifically carries that entire backstory, but no, it was like all three of these
No, from
characters
his
for that
perspective.
flashback.
Yes.
Yeah, and he wasn't even like the main. Like, yes, he was the focus, but he wasn't even like the main character in this little.
He wasn't. It was the girl
thing here.
He was just an onlooker of what Zuma's true character is. Yep. And they say that that's what your true nature or true essence is as a human. What do you do when no one's watching? Do you do the right thing when you don't get anything back in return? And one thing that my parents have always instilled from me from a very early age is you should treat everyone with respect as long as they don't disrespect you. So that means the janitor, that means the plumber, that means people who are homeless and are on the side of the street, that means drug addicts. Like, you should treat them with a minimum level of respect as it relates to them being human beings. Courtesy, absolutely.
Don't Kobe that milk into the garbage in front of the janitor. If you miss, you gotta clean it up. Don't do that. Don't do that, Kobe. Oh, I missed.
Kobe would shake his head.
The janitor's like, no, come on, kid. And it's that simple. It's crazy that people don't have basic
decency,
respect, and decency. It's sometimes, and I know it's not the case for everybody, but sometimes I feel like you don't have to be taught certain things to just know that's not right. So some people make it an excuse. Like in this series, for example, these kids, what they're going through, like, obviously they're dealt like a horrible hand, whether it's from their parents or environment or whatever. And even if they do bad things, hey, they got in line, they realized, okay, I should stop doing this. And like, yeah, now they're living way better lives, even though they don't have a mentor. But what you said a little earlier about Zuma, I think I'm going back to that too. He might end up dying for real, because like, he's done everything that he can for people to the point where if he did pass, it would hurt. Obviously, it would be very emotional. But like,
sure.
He's already done enough in his life to change other lives, and that's something that for characters in series you don't see too often. Only like with the mentor characters, like the adult characters, but from a child, you don't get that too often. Never.
Well, I am one episode away from finishing Hannibal, the series, the TV series, based on the movies, based on the books. For those of you who don't know, it's written by Stephen King. It's kind of like a horror type of genre about a cannibal named Hannibal, hence the pun. And more recently, without giving any spoilers, because I do recommend, if you have a stomach, I highly recommend you watch that show. Like anyone watching, Vontae or otherwise. It is artistic, it's poignant, it's emotional, and it is intense. Now, one of the more recent plot lines is that a villain, a serial killer in this show, is having a genuine relationship with a blind woman. And the scenes involved with her, they put a chill down my spine, because there's an onlooker who is captive in the same room as the conversation of this serial killer and the blind woman that he genuinely loves. It's messing with my brain just thinking about it. But the reason why I bring that up, what is the most terrifying place for a blind person?
Most terrifying place for a blind person? Couple
of answers, but the one obvious from this one, it's on an airplane.
Yeah, I'm about to say in the air.
It's in space, it's in an airplane, it's underwater. You literally cannot see around you all of the dangers. And, you know, we've all had those dreams of us falling down through the sky and then we wake up. I don't think Zuma will die here, but my God, it would be terrifying if he got ejected from said plane and maybe has to use an umbrella to float down like Mary Poppins.
All I know is that the end of this arc is, I mean, the whole arc is going to look great, but I just know the end of this arc when the plane is crashing down and it's raining and storming, it's going to look crazy. It's going to be some wild shit that we're going to see. in this arc.
Could you imagine a Kinta Gundam going to save it in the palm of its hand over the water?
That would be clean.
Or possibly Vomola in her suit as a kaiju, like Godzilla holding up the plane. We do have some very unique, again, pawns on the chessboard.
We'll be into like a wormhole. What if they get some kind of Bermuda Triangle type of?
Oh my goodness!
Honestly,
they don't ever make it to Shimane. It's like time traveling.
Tatsu might do something with that.
Wait, isn't there a second like Devil's Triangle? I know that there's the Bermuda Triangle, but isn't there a second one
somewhere?
Hold on.
That shit still, I don't understand that at all. My dad, my dad had a friend that was in the Air Force, and he was he? Yeah, he was in the Air Force. And they were saying like when they went through there, there was like a lot of signals and a lot of like everything just went down, just stopped until they went past it, and then everything just came back up. All the technology that they had, it was crazy.
The Devil's Sea, also known as the Devil's Triangle, the Dragon's Triangle, the Formosa Triangle, and the Pacific Bermuda Triangle, is a region of the Pacific south of Tokyo.
Oh yeah, there they go.
It's
going
triangle time.
We're definitely going there. Yep, absolutely.
It is literally based off of a Japanese phrase, ma no umi, which translated as the Devil's Sea, troublesome sea, or dangerous sea. GG's. That's crazy.
I wish this, like, right now, when you enter a new arc, I just want to binge. I just want to do a read through, but we're caught up. We can't do that no more. It feels like we can do it, but we can't.
I think I'm so used to the fact that we've read through 16 volumes of this series. It's just like, of course I have another. No, you don't.
GG with his Uzumaki backpack. Okay, let's see. Who do we all have here with powers? Obviously, Gigi, Momo, Vomola, Zuma, Seiko, and the Subterraneans. Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Which are physically gifted. And wasn't there a comment made by the mom that, unless this is headcanon, of course, please correct me if I'm wrong, that the Subterraneans were the first species on Earth, or the dominant species on Earth? Is that correct?
I think she did say something like that. Yeah.
Okay. It's been a while.
Type of.
Hopefully, I'll be able to remember when we watch season 2 in a couple of months. Oh my god!
Bonga, you coming this way, Bonga?
2 months. Oh, imagine like a Anakin Skywalker. She coming in on the spaceship while the plane's going down. You know the drive-in meme to where they're each going the opposite direction. They look over at each other. Banga and Vomola are like,
bro, Momo, if she fall out of there, hey, you got to use your power, because we are not gonna be able to see you or find you, or you fall out. We're not gonna be able to, not at all.
You already know Tatsu is gonna write it to where Gigi is going to start to not see her as
all the chaos.
The Subterraneans are making their move, as the plane's going down.
Man. My goodness. Oh no, this might be like a really sad, because like going back to what we were saying about 10 minutes ago about Momo, Zuma, and what's the old man's name?
Daiki.
He might die on the plane. There might be something about him. He might say something like, I always wanted to be in the plane or something, or I always wanted to fly. And then he's going to die with all these people around him. Zuma's going to go blind. And then Momo's going to be forgotten. And then she's going to be elsewhere. Maybe, I don't know, some aliens pick her up or something. I think this is going to end horribly. There's a lot going on. I can't see it ending. I mean, I could see it ending well, but like,
I feel like the tone of the show,
it's a handicap.
the direction
right
that we're going, it's escalating.
Yes.
And based off of one double spread alone, you and I are in this agreement that we're going to have aerial combat with a plane going down, Zuma blind, an old man dying who's actually a kid, and Momo lost to the annals of history. Yeah, just
Also,
another Tuesday in Dandadan.
Who's to say another party is not going to enter this plane, which I absolutely think is going to happen. The Sanjome plane, something. I'm just looking at that page 15 of the people just in the airport. There's somebody in there. Somebody in there is going, is one of Sanjome's
teacher
people.
Or possibly Adachi or
somebody. I think it's going to be somebody new.
Okay.
Or maybe a few people. It might be like a trio or something like that. I can see that happening.
I was trying to look at the backs of... Go back to page 13 for a second.
Oh, the kids.
Yeah, there were two specific
the devil with a pitch
symbols.
Oh.
That's the one that I was talking about. And then there's another one. It kind of looks like... maybe an angel, maybe
that's what I was thinking
something
too.
Else.
The devil with the pitchfork is crazy because of what you just searched up. The devil see.
Oh, do you think maybe that was foreshadowing in the same chapter?
Probably.
I got more homework.
Too. Oh my god,
this is more homework.
Amazing art. This is gonna be such a fun but like intense art. It's gonna feel like how Curse House probably felt, obviously because it's the same parties involved essentially.
Yeah.
But like on steroids, because.
Well, yeah, because now you have Zuma introduced into the mix. Now you have Momo, who that's the problem of the arc, and when we really boil it down, she is losing her existence. Do you think there's any merit to what I said maybe a stream or two ago about her maybe being able to connect to the Dandadan because of the fact that she has forgotten about the world?
Probably. Yeah. I didn't even think about this. What if, like, the Dandadan, like, the deities there are also forgotten about? Like, we have gotten the Buddha from Kenta, but...
Well, that was more idolism, wasn't it? It was... He conjured up the visage of Buddha based off of like a statue or something that he had saw.
That'd be crazy though. People like in this world, it's not even about that people worship, like the present day people worship them, but they don't even know what the hell that is. They just see the signs of people doing hand signs. They're like, I don't know what the hell this is. But people like Sanjome that knows of it is like, oh, I know what that is. Exactly what that is.
It could be an analogy like the nanotech. We don't know how it works. We just can conjure it up.
What if Momo's like the next goddess or something to be added to that? Because she's like transcending superpowers and at that point
dimensions,
spiritual and so what if she ends up becoming like a goddess? I mean, it's not far-fetched. Going back to chapter 1 episode 1, that fucking power is like till this day there's nothing. Well, there's some crazy ones, but that one's a dimensional power that can go beyond dimensions. So that's ain't nobody's reached those heights just yet. Still don't know how she has that power in the first place.
Where do you think it derives from? If it's cross-dimensional, it could literally be of any origin. It could be from this dimension. It can be from a different one. It can be from this planet. It can be from a different one.
Do you think that Seiko did some kind of like offering or like a way to like grant something? Like we kind of talked about this before with the whole Princess Yue type of plot.
I am somewhat looking at Dodoria sideways now. Might be a little bit disrespectful given the fact that you said this chapter
Nine
you
Tails
trust
and
her
Naruto.
completely. But I don't know. Could you see the power in Momo being an entity? So she's just borrowing its powers like Kurama from Naruto? It's not her powers, it's something else. that was
Could
sealed
be.
within her.
I just keep thinking with the whole arms thing. Like, it's always the arms, you know? Like,
It's
that
never the
makes it feel
legs.
personal. Like, it just seems personal. Arms, hand signs. I can see her learning hand signs from,
What I can't
you
get
know?
over is when the arm got cut by the sword, like her finger itself got hurt. I'm
Right.
curious about that connection because it was confirmed by Rokuru it's a cross-dimensional power. But yet inflicting damage on it with a sacred sword or whatever hurts physical Momo.
That's why I think she's something that's beyond yokai and aliens. Because it's like, it's the way that we see, I guess, interactions with her, or how she gets injured in certain battles, or whatever she's able to do. We have not seen no one else do something like that. We did see the dimension cutting attack, but beyond that, we haven't seen someone like interact with other dimensions like her, quote unquote. But yeah, what was Seiko's plan? Like, it does really seem like she did something that, like, what's out of 100%? What do you think is the likeliness that she did something that made Momo the way that she is now with her power?
Between 30 and 40, I'd give it at this point.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm thinking 60. Only because she's been teaching her the whole like chi thing since she was a kid.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, there's a lot of things that she seemed like she, I don't know, it's like, obviously it's important from what the series that we read, like, we know that, but to Momo, she wouldn't think this is that important back then, and now she understands it. But like, it's almost like she's was like getting her ready for this world because she had a power that needed to, you know, protect the world.
Do you think that the hands being the only visible aspect of Momo's powers, do you think that's a mental block that was placed on her, like a seal? Because Seiko, on one hand, she has been training her, but on the other hand, she's also really emphasized the words or imagination into the physical or into power. So, do you think maybe she's been trying to teach Momo to naturally remove that seal, but Momo's brain or whatever the seal is like, you only get the two hands. You don't get the full JoJo stand behind you.
I think that's what it is. It kind of reminds me of Avatar. Avatar with the chakra, how he blocked it. He didn't complete that last one, that last stage. She probably has mental blockers. And it reminds me of Adam Eve, too, from Invincible. The mental blockers that are limiting her. Man, Daiki, I really think he might end up dying, man. That's going to be sad. Every time I just look at panels of him, it's like...
Is it just me, or is Tatsu drawing him with more wrinkles each time that he draws him? Or like a fluffier beard?
He could be.
I could be just gaslighting myself, of course. That's also a possibility.
He can't walk no more. Oh my god. That is so sad. I'll probably actually tear up if I see him die. I'm not gonna lie.
I will say there is a silver lining to him getting older. And I don't know if you made this connection or not, but it is simply for the fact that Rin is not on this party. Because she had to watch that whole thing go down with her grandmother, getting older, losing her facilities. I feel like that would just trigger her in a way that she would regress mentally. So I'm very thankful that she's not here presently. But yes, I think I agree with you. I think Daiki, it's not looking good at the moment. Because if we look at the other two characters, and I love what you said about the umbrella being like a walking stick that he taps on the ground. And then also with his, I don't I can't think of any blind prophets off the top of my head, but people who are very charismatic, no matter what happens to them, people will follow them. So even if Zuma's blind, they don't care. They'll still die for him. They literally went into a video game and were fighting dragons on his behalf. Zuma saved me. That type of loyalty you cannot buy.
And you know, it's crazy too. Zuma's character is very he is very well written, because even thinking back to what happened with his mom when she ended up dying right in front of him, he can never forget that image. Now he's literally going to go blind. He would wish he was blind at that time, but I mean, he's already accepted and embraced that trauma that he went through.
Lasting memory, the last thing that he sees. I don't know if he's completely blind at the moment, but what's going to be the lasting image that he sees? Is he going to see Momo fade away and then lose his sight?
That's a good point.
Is he going to see maybe his friend die or get stabbed? And then he doesn't know what's happening because they're falling through the sky. He's calling out to Rhea. He's calling out to him, but he can't see him.
I ever think about this too. The fairy tale card, what it's able to do, we're going to see Zuma fight against that. Like, oh, I'm already used to having no eyes or no sight. I got this.
Uno reverse.
Easy,
Uno reverse.
Damn. This series has so much in it. Like, it's like the greatest trail mix you've ever eaten. It just has everything you want. It's just everything is in this series. Like, it's, once again, if anybody wants to get into the series, just do it. You won't be disappointed. Obviously, there's a thing early on you probably don't like. I just seen a tweet about that earlier today. Got a lot of likes, like 14K likes or something like that, where people were saying like, man, I wanted to get into Dandadan, but that first episode, I understand, it's one of those situations. But outside of that, hey, it's the diamond meme.
I will never tell someone what to think. But I will always reiterate that first impressions are not always accurate.
Yeah.
Whether that comes to people, whether that comes to media, whether that comes to whatever in your life, first impressions are not always the end-all be-all. You gotta use your brains.
Like, seriously. I even think back to like when, whenever you meet somebody for the first time, and then for that minutes, hours, whatever, you have like a first impression of them. And then once you know them, it's like, okay, that's way different than what I thought when I first met this person. And that always happens. So, I mean, it's the same thing like with when it comes to art or anything, entertainment. When you watch something for the first time, you have a certain, feelings about it. And when you rewatch it, like, oh, this, that, oh, actually, that makes sense. And honestly, when it comes to series like this, I mean, we know this is just a thing that happens. I mean, I'm not saying that I agree with it, but it is what it is. I mean, there's other series that drag it. I'm not going to get into that, but go on our channel, recent videos, you'll see. You'll definitely see it. Right,
we lost a subscriber from that. I checked the analytics, so.
Yeah. We'll get them back next week.
Where did that lead you? Back to us.
People wake up on that a little bit. Like,
no, but to continue your point about first impressions, that's a perfect analogy again to Zuma's crew. They look like trouble and could not have the most kind hearts on the planet. Yep. They are all good people who have suffered from a cruel world. I felt bad for this girl. I felt bad for Zuma. I felt bad for Raya. Daiki, obviously, I feel bad for him. These are cards. No, that's not a pun. These are cards that they were dealt that they had no influence on. This is just what their lives are in the moment.
It actually gets me a little mad. That's how good the writing is. Like, it gets me mad that the adults, the certain adults, the parents, the situations in the world, because it's like they literally don't deserve this. There's not a single character in this manga so far. Besides, I mean, Hase is not that deep. Honestly, he's just a bully, a regular bully in my eyes. Not saying that that's good, but none of these kids deserve none of this shit. Like, we're out here saving the world, and people don't even know about it. For one, even the people that caused you these tragedies would never even know or care about what you're talking about.
Where does the government come in? Do you think if there is a plane crash that they will finally show their faces to the plot? Because that's a pretty significant thing that happens. You have subterraneans, you have a plane crash, you have potentially maybe like, I don't know what Dodoria's significance is in this world, but if she's presumed dead, that could be a intergalactic like story. If she's like maybe a protector of Earth or protector of the Chosen One, it's now open game on Momo. Everyone will come to Earth to get her power. Oh, well, Sanjome is going to be pissed because then he's got more people in the game.
Speaking of Sanjome, he's definitely manipulated governments, plural. Like, I mean, why wouldn't he, you know? Like, that would be so easy for him to do. It would be for his benefit, honestly.
He's so OP.
For whatever reason, too. That's like, it's so weird. How are you doing? Once again, it reminds me of a character from another series. So it's interesting that I'm seeing this again, because I'm like, damn, that's pretty similar. This one is more like, it's more, well, I can't even say more insane. I can't say that. But this one is a lot to it. It's like, I think Tatsu thought about this for a long time. Like, this is probably a character he wrote first. One of the earliest characters in the manga. It has to be. It's like, how? Why is he acting like a final antagonist early on? Like, what is this? This is Isaac. You know, what is this? What are we doing here? For what reason are you doing all this for? It has to be for a great reason. Because if it's not, it's like, why?
I'll just reiterate, man, like, I love this series.
Yeah. And I love it so much. And it's one of those things where it's like I just met this person. But I love him already. Like, no, wait, that's just too fast. You know, no. That's don't say you love somebody. Like, no.
But it's only the second date.
Like. Yeah, this is the perfect analogy for Dandadan. Like, it has no reason to have these kind of to make us feel this way, but it just does. And I mean, hey, call it lust, call it love, it's something. It's something. Honestly, I don't think we're gonna fight the Subterraneans, but I think they're gonna be allies. I don't see them being.
Oh, it gets something worse.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be. We're going to fight them for a little bit, but nah, they're going to get interfered by something else for sure.
I would actually like that, given the fact that we've been talking about. They have not showed up in approximately 120 chapters, 130 chapters, and every week it's just like, where's the Subterraneans? That's still in the background. Did Tatsu forget? Tatsu didn't forget. He's not Horikoshi. I'm sorry.
No, like, they got that shit on.
Wow. I love the strutting. It's just she's got aura in the way that she walks, like the fist out, the fist going back, the hair slightly at an angle with the light behind it. She's got aura.
It's One Piece, man. This is One Piece, the Space Edition. Well, I mean, One Piece is technically Space.
Sky Island,
but you know, especially with the Gorosei planet stuff, stars and all that. But this is different.
All right, so let's just have a fun little thought experiment, and then we can kind of wrap it up a little bit earlier today, since we're just kind of yapping. What do you think we will see, and what would you like to see if you had control of the steering wheel from the Devil's Triangle, assuming that that is the next step that we get into? Are you thinking Atlantis? I know you had mentioned that previously. Are you thinking like siren, sort of like sea mythos with ghost?
Ghost.
Do we have a talking skeleton a la Brooke on a on a ship?
It's definitely going to be some sea mythos, Kraken, Loch Ness monster. Well, I know they already kind of did Nessie stuff, but you know, like a real deal, full-fledged one, something like that for sure. Even the ills thing, Tatsu, do it. The whole thing of ills going all the way to the Bermuda Triangle in that area for some reason, then they come back and then they reproduce. Like, what the hell? Why do they go there? We need some of that. And Tatsu's going to do the craziest shit we have never seen before when it comes to just... I don't even know. That's how...
I want to give my answer. Is that pretty much it from you?
I'm trying to think of something. Okay, so I said earlier there's going to be an alien shenanigans. So we're going to have stuff coming from above and stuff coming from below, meeting in the air. We're going to have storms, hurricanes, maybe even volcanoes. I mean, the subterraneans are here, so that's kind of, in that ballpark of things that we probably will see. It's going to be a land, air, sky battle. Sky, water,
land versus air.
Land, air, whatever, all that battle. Exactly.
Haikyuu. Go watch our Haikyuu reactions, guys. My prediction will be something called USOs. So not UFOs. Okay. USOs are unidentified submerged objects. So it could even potentially be a UFO that dips beneath the water, because there are multiple reports and or theories about where aliens on this planet have a base at. And what better place than underneath the ocean? Kind of similar to Atlantis, maybe a little bit different. But I think there's going to be an underwater alien base, and we might see, I don't know, Rokurou thankfully is not in this part of the story. I could see his race of people coming back, though. In terms of, that's where we keep talking about this, like, very sparingly we see aliens in this world, and they're all kind of localized in this one region of Japan. But imagine we're talking like a super, almost like continent level of a base underneath. And potentially the subterraneans can know about it, because they're like, the neighbor in the apartment, like, stop making so much noise up there. And the aliens are just above, the core of the earth where the subterraneans live.
I can see that. I was just thinking about some stuff.
Do I know this stuff?
if Momo ends up, which I damn near 100% think she's going to be ejected from this plane or something. She's gonna be lost. When Ken finds out about this, think about the conversation him and Gigi will have, and Gigi's like, "Oh, I tried my hardest to make sure she was safe and protected," because that's been his thing too.
Both of the push off, the push off. Oh, imagine he pulls like a Horikoshi and makes a reference to the season 2 once the manga coincides with it. That she's good and she's good.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, it could be like another like fight between them. You lost Momo? What do you mean you lost Momo? I don't know where she went. I blinked and I missed. There was subterranean. You were supposed to protect her. You were her
as
protector.
He said too. He literally said he was going to start protecting her from now on. Like, he's going to
have power. I don't have power, and I accomplished what I was supposed to do.
Oh my god, I would have hated.
Are you
I
would
hate but love to see that.
You're a prodigy, right? You're supposed to be good at everything. Why couldn't a prodigy save the woman I love? Yeah.
I would hate but love it. Because it's not an unnecessary. See, that's another thing with series, right? A lot of characters beef for no reason, a lot of times, which is why I see why you you weren't really rocking with when Gigi and Ira, how they reacted to Zuma initially, because it's like, okay, well, it's kind of forced, and mangaka do that a lot, where they kind of force infighting. But so far with Gigi and Ken, it hasn't really been toxic. Like, you know, Ken was just insecure, and he was like, okay, this guy, he's a prodigy, he's popular, like, you know, he's a pretty boy. I don't think I got a chance, you know. But now it makes sense. It's not something small. Like, you can see from both perspectives. You can see from Ken's perspective, like, dude, what are you doing? Like, protect her. Like you just said, if I had powers, I would have did the damn thing. You're the one that said that you were going to start protecting her from here on out, because, you know, you weren't there the last time.
Not me.
So, oh my God, that would hurt so much, but it's so good for the story because it makes sense. Like, you need these real emotions from these characters, and no telling how long she's going to be gone for, lost for, you know? We don't, like, Tatsu can go about it in many different ways, whether it means her off screen for a long time, or we know where she is, but the other characters don't know.
I was going to ask that question. I think I would personally prefer if the reader was also blind up until her return of what she was doing. But I was about to say Oda. Tatsu could theoretically just start introducing a cover page series of Momo, just doing one thing and just these little breadcrumbs that he leaves. While the main story is going on, we now follow Okurun. But again, he pays homage to One Piece.
I wonder what would be the best way for him to execute that. That is a really good way. I like that.
Because that way the reader knows Momo isn't dead, but they also don't know really what she's doing. They can make speculations, of course.
Unless we do a time skip to it. That's always a way to help.
True.
That, where it's like, okay, well, we can kind of, I guess, internalize how our cast feels about it, and then we see where it leaves off at that argument that Okurun and Gigi will have, and then fast forward, we'll see all their friend dynamics might change a little bit, you know.
Might be a splitting of the party.
Exactly. And then, yeah, they could do it that way too. That's also can do it that way. But I think it would be huge though if like Momo was, because honestly, and I said this before, we both said this, and you said it earlier, she's been the leader most of the time. She's been the one who's been the clutches, the MVP a lot of the times. So, I mean, we've already seen a lot of Momo. Obviously people will be like, damn, man, I can't wait. But that's the beauty of it. Just wait. The girl will come back at some point, you know, but I think a time skip could probably work best for that.
Question. An unintended consequence of Gigi's line from this episode, if we take that to be true, wouldn't that mean, technically speaking, that Okurun would have already forgotten about Momo? Because he doesn't have any spiritual powers from what we know. Anymore, right?
True.
So either
brought that up too last stream.
Gigi's interpretation is different from the truth, or it's a half-truth. Okurun has this inherent spiritual ability that has yet to be awakened, but it has potential, and the potential is what is allowing him to remember Momo. Or third option, again, because we've been waiting on her return, this could be how Turbo Granny re-enters the conversation. Because Turbo Granny having some sort of, let's just say there's a way for her to have a spiritual connection with Ken. Let's say that Ken Okurun initially does forget Momo, but then like Turbo Granny slaps him in the face or something. What is this talking cat slapping me? Momo! Just like, you know, a galaxy going into his head. And
all the equations, numbers.
So what would be really cool is the end result of the fight between Okurun and Gigi. They both remember Momo, and then when they separate, potentially before the time skip, that's when Okurun forgets. So when we come back from the time skip, Gigi still remembers, because he has the high spiritual power, and Okarun could have forgotten. He's like, why am I even fighting with him? I thought I was pretty good friends with Gigi, but I guess we just fell out of touch.
I have a question. You think Zuma will forget too? Or you think since they're both being, they're both are losing things, that they're like in the same boat of where they wouldn't forget, or he wouldn't forget her?
I think because of the fact that they are under the same curse, albeit different side effects, I don't think that, on top of the fact that he's losing his physical eyesight, I don't think he's going to lose the sight of Momo. So even though he would technically lose his sight, I don't think that he would lose the sight of Momo.
You know what? Since Gigi had a little beef with him, they could definitely have like a little buddy arc of themselves, Gigi and Zuma. I think the fans will love that too.
That'd be an interesting pairing.
And remember, the Brella Boy, Evil Eye,
Hey,
it might start from here too. So, technically speaking, yeah, I think they can do that. This you could tell the series, and you said it earlier, you could tell the series is starting to turn a bit. It's getting a lot more serious and like kind of scary. Even like with Seiko forgetting her, that's scary. Whoa.
So do you think she just has low spiritual power, or do you think it's related to any sort of history or origin story for Momo and Seiko, or do you think it's potential? Okay, I'm going to ask this question. I don't quite believe it. Do you think Seiko's putting on another mask for this conversation? Unlikely, but what would that mean?
If she is, it has everything to do similarly to the whole the Sakapa. Like, it will have to be in the same, like she's consistently doing the same thing. Yeah. But I think it has to do with her spiritual power, honestly. Especially since she's literally called him Prodigy. I think that's kind of like a foreshadow in a way too, in itself, because she kept repeating it, So maybe she kind of knew, like,
this would happen. It would escalate to this point,
or could happen. Yeah, I think she has a vision for everything that could possibly happen, as much as she possibly can.
Do you think she put in a failsafe to help her remember Momo, even if she forgot?
Definitely, I could see her being a character that would do something like that.
What would that be, or how would that look like?
It's probably something like it could be like a little comedic thing or something, like she takes a strand of her hair or her DNA and puts it into some, I don't know, something like that to try to, like, or like a scent or something that she's reminded of, or like a toy, a childhood toy, or
the Shrine Maiden outfit. She's like, I don't fit into this. Maybe she touches it, has Momo's spirit embers on it.
And then once again, it gets back to that point of, what are we even fighting against? Like,
oh my god, like
that's the
we are so narrow focused on what's going on, what could happen in the immediate future. Sanjome's still in the background. We know nothing about him, and that's only if Sanjome is the final villain. I could easily see him not being the final villain.
Tatsu is so crazy that we're battling against nothing, like we're against non-persons. What I mean by non-persons, I mean literally eyesight, memory of a person, and death.
It's like we're not even fighting the human condition.
Yeah, it's like
which is really meta if you think about it.
Yeah,
because his whole conversation about bacteria and it fighting, or the bacteria and the human conglomerate is pursuing the ideal self, whatever that means.
Yeah.
And the ideal self, again, if we want to get meta about it, when we talk about the self, we are talking about one, obviously. You are talking about such a narrow-minded viewpoint. You are not thinking about anything else outside of your ideal self. You're not thinking about someone else's ideal self. You're thinking about yourself. And then what does that mean for different bacteria strains in different people? Do you have a more ideal self? How does that work in a social environment to where there are billions of humans, where there are other 666 alien species out in our galaxy? How many galaxies are in the universe?
Is he trying to force evolution? I don't know. Like, even when it comes to like the world scale of it, we don't even know. Like, what? I'm a collector, okay? And then you said, are you like a herald? Like, you're like a Silver Surfer to like Galactus type of thing? Like, what are you? Why are you doing this? Obviously, I think it has to be because he is either working for somebody or he is trying to fix something. I don't think someone. I mean, I could be wrong, and that's another thing about stories about certain antagonists, or should I say specifically villains, or who are really villainous. Like, they just do it the same way that an MC does. Like, I'm a hero, I save lives. Okay, well, I'm a bad guy and I like to destroy lives. Well, you know, so what? Like, is he more in line with that, or is he actively trying to fix things? Because he's doing a whole bunch of shit. I just can't even imagine him doing all of this to not save or fix the world. You know?
Do you think he is pursuing his ideal self, or is that just a theory that he currently has about his actions? Because the way that he talks in it of itself is contradictory. So do you think he has these moments of confusion to where he's like, why did I just do that? Why did I just say that? Where was I the last 7 days? Why am I in a school? I'm a teacher, apparently. Do you think he's also struggling with this himself?
Yes. I can't wait till we see a chapter of his perspective. That's going to be oh, god damn.
Perfection.
Because it will all make sense. We're like, oh my god, it all makes
He's a bacteria.
I gotta get into like some Tatsu interviews. I gotta see some interviews or something. Like, what's your inspirations? What are, just to be like, okay, I see. I might be able to see where you're going here.
I also want to commend him for this level of skill that we both agree that he has in bountiful amount. He is younger. This is, I don't want to say like the new age way of thinking, but his ideals are, or ideas, I should say, are quite contemporary.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen a story about fucking bacteria being, like, yeah, parasites, sure, but bacteria, I don't think I ever seen someone make a story where, like, that's a building block to a person, an identity. Like, I don't think, like, yeah, of course, evolution, but like nobody's ever put that in the story at one time. Not
piece.
Yeah, that's different, very different.
And then I know we talked about it last week, but the spirals, that has not made a return. The core concepts of this series is aliens and yokai, and then you pair it now with this Illuminati triangle symbol. The third side could be the human soul, the human spirit, human aura. And the ways that this triangle connects are more than just 1 to 2 other points. I feel like because we're entering into a cross-dimensional type of possibility, this could be a 4-dimensional triangle, whatever that means.
Yeah. And I know we talked about this before about Sanjome and then like the void. You know, seeing him in his silhouette, you know, his black silhouette, the void, we think of it like a black space or whatever, like a black hole. And then his whole memory thing, and then the whole forgetting memory. Like, what happened? That theory that we were talking about of him, like, maybe he went to the void, he was a yokai that got sent there and somehow came out some way. I don't know how he tried to like extract something in the void, like when he used his little knives, or what did he do?
have a connecting thought. Is that whoever or whatever had Momo's ability previously grabbed Sanjome with the cross-dimensional arm, pulled him back in. And maybe that was the promise that was broken. Humanity agreed never to enter or take anything out of the void. So when the alien said, you broke the promise, humanity broke the promise.
Right.
So I think it was Sherm that said, what if the alien was specifically talking to Momo and Okarun? What if the alien was talking to the entity inside of Momo that had the ability to reach into the void and bring back something that should not have been brought back, no matter no how? And then Sanjome is the result of that. Now, Sanjome could, like you said, be a tragic character or could be supremely evil. I feel like we've seen both sides of that too, where he's just like, I just want to collect knowledge, things. And then we see the personal pain that he's inflicting on these characters. He is a savage. He is a manipulator, a puppeteer.
Maybe he's just dead inside. Like it's not even a personal thing. Like it does come off as very like, oh, you're really manipulating people and using them to do your bidding. But what if he's just like, it doesn't matter because I already been through like
I've seen the end of the journey.
Yeah. So I'm just like, no offense, but it don't matter. Like I don't care. I don't care that much. I'm trying to do something else. I don't know, like, and then with the Dandadan, like what is he okay, so say he did get thrown into the void essentially and he came out. Do you think he's trying to do something to rid the void? Or like what is he even trying to do? Because it's one thing if you're just a yokai that got sent there and then you somehow came out and to have this kind of aspiration and goals. Like how did that happen? You went from being a yokai, doing yokai shit, you died, you came back, and you had like I doubt that he had like, did he have like a new motivation after that? Or did he always felt like that before entering the void and coming back?
I think
I gave him a new purpose.
I think the result of him coming back to this plane of existence was one thing, and it was curiosity. He was looking for understanding of what happened. The first question that people who experience trauma often ask is why. You want to understand why this terrible thing happened to you. So the process of why the void was created, the process of why he was sent to the void, the process potentially of why he was taken out of the void, and the process of why was the void created in the first place. So I don't know, I might be looking too far into this. His phrasing to the card yokai was peculiar. He said the thing that I'm most interested in. Interested in is a unique phrase, wouldn't you say? Because it's not like it's not
flat out say want.
The Dandadan is not something I desire. It's not something that I want. It's not something that I need. It's the thing that interests me. So if we pair that with his memory issues that he has, I think he is looking for understanding of why things happen. And again, you can get even more meta if you want to talk about the why of life. That is a question that will plague humanity into the cold death of the universe, or unless we ascend to godhood.
And he's not even lying about that, because he literally said, "I want to." He said it twice when we first seen him at the club or whatever, the occult club. He literally said, like, "I want to know everything or the mysteries of the universe." And that's very consistent. No matter if he's a bad guy, good guy, that's just consistent. He truly means that. Now I'm thinking about it too. The whole Hyper Geezer nickname. Do you think it's just because he was so eager to learn stuff, like learn the truth? That's why she coined, or that's why he has that name, Hyper Geezer. Like he's so, like he's on it. He wants to learn everything.
He's like a hyper child. Just you can't hold a hyper child down. It's just gonna bounce around.
So ironic though, because he seems so cool, calm, and collected now. So we're gonna see a whole lot of shit as to why he. Because it is very ironic. Like Turbo Granny is literally because she's a fast old lady. Hyper Geezer, it could be very on the nose, or it could be just complete irony. Now, maybe he used to be hyper, like I said, and eager to learn. Now he's just kind of like, since he's already been through death, it's like, okay, I don't need to. It's kind of interesting because it gets to the point where it's like he's almost like the opposite of being enlightened. Where, like, say Momo, I'll say she's a character that, based off of what we're seeing right now, she might be on that track of being like an enlightened being. But him, it's like
path of enlightenment.
It's kind of the opposite. Like he's been through death, like complete death that you should have been eradicated completely, and you somehow might have came back.
The memories of you should have been deleted.
Like you would think at that point, it's not even enlightenment. You would think it's like what, like for someone like him, if that were to happen, what does he even think of himself? Like, I've been through the absolute, like, definitive end. Like, I shouldn't even be here. It's a glitch. So I'm not even enlightened. I'm just, what are you, a devil? Like, what would he even look at himself as at that point?
Well, building on that, for Buddhism, and guys, I am not an expert in the slightest, is very surface level understanding and knowledge of the topic, so please forgive me if I'm mistaken in this, but for Buddhism, it is the path of enlightenment that leads you to nirvana. Now, for Sanjome's path, like you said, he met the end and even maybe went beyond what the end was supposed to be. And now he's back. Now, he could have either had immortality before he died, went to the void, came back, or he could have been granted immortality after he came back. I feel like that would be a really interesting development in terms of if you broke the game, if you're a glitch, if you're off the path, that the consequence of that is immortality. You cannot die ever again because you know the end of the road. You
went to the end, like the literal end, and you came back. So
you're not supposed to come back.
Right. This series gets into a lot. Like, honestly, truth be told, because we always talk about stuff like this all the time. We always have conversations off camera. Every series that we watch, whether it's like Pluto, Freerin, anything about life, immortality, space, obviously conspiracy theories. We talk about this stuff all the time. This is a series for us. This is a series for a lot of people who think about this kind of stuff every day. Because Tatsu, like you said, he's more contemporary. He's a lot younger. He's in our era, so like he's probably watched the same videos, the same shows, read the same books as all of us, and we're getting it all in one series. Where like a lot of these ideas I haven't seen discussed in other series, or at least not to this extent. Because honestly, with the whole Sanjome thing, I think that's exactly what happened to him. I think he was thrown into the void and came out. Now he's like a void being, because the whole power thing and then his silhouette, that's too on the nose to me. I don't think, like, what would be the connection there if he didn't get thrown into the void? How does he have this presence and the whole mind manipulation and memory thing? Like, I don't know.
I think if he just had the power to read minds and or the power to control memories, I wouldn't connect that necessarily to the void. Where my alarm bell starts to go off is the fact that he himself cannot remember things. He himself has a gap in his mind that should have been filled if he was in present time. So him going back to the basketball tutorial video, You don't know what basketball is? Well, I guess if you were off planet, that would work. But then Turbo Granny said you were Hyper Geezer, so that meant she knew you on this planet from long ago. So how did you get from that point all the way over here, but you don't have any memory of it? So that's where I think your theory of him coming back from the void really sells itself. And
it's a whole life comes from non-life thing. What if he's just a being that for some reason, well, no, because she knows him. So
she might have known him of what he was previously, but he might be something completely different now.
It could be like a being that was created in the void.
Do you think that maybe the void had bacteria? You know, like the theory of primordial ooze, to where life started in the ooze of molten chemicals, and that's where single cell organisms came from, became bacteria, became multi-cell organisms, so on and so forth. And the bacteria is what came back with him.
He might literally, and this is like I feel like I've seen this a few times now with certain antagonists. He's like kind of like a Pluto, right? With he might be like that, where he's like just a combination of all these yokai that was thrown into the void. Is like a
I didn't even
resurrection
think of that. Could he be a collection, like a hive mind? Yeah. Because the ideal self. Remember the symbolism of I forget what they're called, but the clocks. You know what I'm talking about?
From this series, or are you talking about
the pendulum? When he was talking
pendulum
about
swing, yeah. I know.
So anyway, what if that synchronicity was what happened in the void, and what came out was not just Sanjome? It was the perfect collection of all of the yokai that have been sent to it.
Makes sense with his whole speech thing, like the stuttering and all that kind of stuff. Like he's not
multiple hands on the wheel, multiple personality disorder. I mean, we do see him look like a badass, like a pretty boy. We see him look like a stumbling teacher. We see him look like a demonic, shadowy figure. And again, I don't know if that's just the triangle symbolism that Tatsu is pushing, or it could be representative of Sanjome is kind of like a spiritual Rubik's Cube.
Hell, that's probably why he knows about the Dandadan too. Maybe it's like something that was instilled into his mind when he did become this new, I don't know, being that was reconstructed with the other souls or lost souls, if you will, of the yokai. And he came back to perhaps save himself, like save those souls, those lost souls, because he has interest in the Dandadan. We assume that the Dandadan is some like holy, good, blessed thing or whatever. So maybe he wants that. I don't think, I just don't see him wanting it. I mean, he could want it for bad, but maybe he just wants to cleanse himself. It's just he's doing all this other shit that's like he's stepping on other shoes. But once again, he doesn't care because he's been through the most tragic thing that anybody can experience. So he's like it's almost like it reminds me of another series. What is
when you were saying that, the thing that came to mind was the first Into the Spider-Verse movie. How it was kind of like multiple dimensions were overlapping for the same entity. But you said series. In terms of like his personality, or kind of like what you think he is?
I think it's like I almost want to say that like for some reason he is like the head honcho of all these lost souls. I don't know if it's because he was able to maintain his identity or something. I don't know, but or if he is just himself and that's just what it is, as simple as that, then I think he just dodged death.
It could be an AOT's past situation with Aaron.
Could be.
he's seeing everything everywhere all at once. He doesn't even know if the him here is the him making the decisions, or if it's future Eren telling him, go here, do this, don't do that.
True. I think he definitely went into the void and came out somehow. Just the fact that Turbo Granny told us that, like, that's the end. Usually when characters say stuff like that in a fictional series, you always see, oh, there's that one person that escaped it, or that one person that surpassed it. So I think that's my theory right now. I think he was thrown into the void and he came back.
My theory on top of your theory, so a piggyback theory, is that the entity or the power of Momo was what brought him out.
Okay.
So the imagery of blood-soaked hands, whoever or whatever did that brought back something that they absolutely should not have brought back.
Tatsu can go ahead. Man, it's ridiculous.
Incredible.
Guys, once again, we will more than likely we'll finally get to have our stream or collab stream with Commodore Laz. He covers this series every Monday as well. So go check out his reaction today. He uploaded this morning for this chapter. But we might have a stream on Thursday, May 1st Thursday. Yes. We'll see. It'll probably be around like the same time, same start time, somewhere around there as this stream.
Maybe about 7.
Yeah, so we will try to be there for that, hopefully, and we'll go into length about our theories and stuff, because I really want to know what he thinks too, certain theories that he has as well, because once again, Twitchy, I think you mentioned it last stream, it's like, it sounds like an echo chamber. We just, like, we got to see what other people think too.
I'm trying my best.
We got to see what other people think too, because every time we have these talks, I'm like, at the end of it though, I'm like, yeah, this theory sounds cool, this prediction sounds cool. Then I'm just like, but damn, I honestly, Tatsu can go a completely different way, and that's most series. You can say, okay, you can see where they're going. This one, honestly, all the shit that we've been talking about could probably be wrong.
I'm okay with that, because I had an enjoyment factor myself just having the conversation. Because like Monte said, with other series like Pluto, Frieren, I don't know, just Vinland Saga, we've talked about these concepts that truly transcend the medium. There's different takes on it, there's different nuances to these discussions, and also our opinions change with new information. So I obviously try my best not to echo in this echo chamber of two, but you know, sometimes it just all connects in my head, and I'm like, this would be almost an indescribable thought if even 2% of this came true in the series, because this is some crazy thoughts that we're having in here.
This is my last thing. I just thought about this randomly. What do you think? Say if he's been doing like kind of the same thing that he's always been doing, Sanjome. Do you think he also did it with Turbo Granny, like got her to do something, manipulated her into something, and that's probably why she turned to a yokai? So like he wanted her, I want you to extract this, and then
she might have found out that he was indeed the puppeteer. She might be the only person or entity on the planet that knows who Sanjome is and what he's trying to do. She is the only one who has seen behind the curtain, the man behind the curtain. Pay no attention to him, because she has seen it. Even though she died, she still retained her memories from her human life, and now that she is a yokai that is in a physical form, possibly even trying to become a human again, I feel like Turbo Granny could make, again, I said earlier, I think Momo might be the ace up our sleeve in defeating him. She could also be the ace up the sleeve in terms of defeating him, because she has a history with him.
For sure. Yep. I mean, even going with whatever power we want to go with, if she still has the good karma or not, or she has her Turbo Granny powers, she's gonna do some crazy feat shit, people are like, oh, can Turbo Granny, is she faster than this? Yeah, she is. Yeah. She is speed.
Then the Flash?
I am speed. I think she's gonna do some wild shit. I think Tatsu, which is crazy to even say this right now because everybody is so broken. This series is still grounded. Like this next arc, we keep saying like
it has rules.
The air, it's gonna
it has
be
rules.
insane. Think about Endgame.
And again, with what
Jesus
we keep
Christ.
saying, or what I keep focusing in for Kinta, his potential is limitless. As long as he thinks it and has enough nanotech,
Ludrus.
it should. I think, therefore, it is. So a little play on words for that, but but yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for tonight, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. It's almost 2-hour stream. Given the fact that we finished the chapter in about 35 minutes, I was not expecting us to go this long as well. But it's always a fun time to talk with Vontae and anyone else that would like to leave a comment in the comment section or on the VOD. We love to talk about this series. We do have a Discord. Please check the description if you have not seen it already. We're really trying to grow that to talk about this series offline when we're not in a live stream format. Yeah, that's pretty much it from me.
All right, you guys know the drill, man. We got lots and lots of content. We just uploaded Fire Force. We uploaded IQ. We got Vigilantes. We'll be reacting to that probably tomorrow. That'll be up sometime this week. And obviously, once again, the stream on Thursday, hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll do the stream with Laz on Thursday to talk about Dandadan. And just stay tuned. There's lots and lots more content coming up from every week until the next season, and after. But you guys know the drill, man. Please stay safe, stay healthy, stay clean. See you guys on the next stream or video. And peace.
Peace.